Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did a great ihsan, a great bounty and favor to humanity when He sent the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Among Anbiya, among other people, among everyone, the special identity of us, the people of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, would be that these are those who are affiliated with the final Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imagine the great honor that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did to us. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to beautify and make perfect our zahir and our batin, things that are seen and things that are unseen, things that we do and things that we think and believe. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the specialty of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is that since he is the last Nabi, he has left till eternity the struggles, the efforts that he made on the people, they will continue till the day of judgment. This is included in the status of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So except for nubuwwat, the station of somebody being a Nabi, all the things that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam started will be continued by the descendants of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not the bloodline necessarily, but those who take from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So all the knowledge the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam brought, all the practices that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam brought, this ummah, the ulama of this ummah, the special people of this ummah, those who present themselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sometimes we say special people, right? How does somebody become special? How does somebody become special? The key to that is that you present yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When somebody presents themselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah definitely accepts it from them. Sometimes we think about ourselves, we know the story of Sayyidah Maryam alayhi salam, right? She was the daughter of Imran, right? And his wife. So before her birth, her mother had resolved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the child that I am going to give birth to, I am going to dedicate that child to the service of the Masjid Aqsa, right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told her story in detail in the Quran, that when she actually gave birth, it was a daughter, it was a female child. So she became shocked. She was like, what happened here? I had resolved, I had made a pact with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I am going to dedicate this child to the service of the house of Allah. And of course that cannot be done by a female child. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has narrated her story, that she said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Ya Allah, I have given birth to a female child. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Wallahu a'lamu bima wada'at. Allah knew better than her what she had procreated, what she had brought forth. So think about ourselves. Think about ourselves. Whatever we are doing, whatever we are presenting before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah knows it better and in a more perfect way than us, than even us the doers, right? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, فَتَقَبَّلَهَا رَبُّهَا بِقَبُولٍ حَسَنٍ. Allah accepted her, this child Maryam, from the woman, بِقَبُولٍ حَسَنٍ, in a beautiful exception. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted it, and accepted it very beautifully. Whenever you do something, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted it بِقَبُولٍ حَسَنٍ, in a very good way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala really accepted it and liked it. So my dear respected brothers, the sole reason was that she had resolved. When you have resolved to do something, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decides it for you. So how does somebody become special? You become special by presenting yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by bringing yourself forth and saying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Ya Allah, I present myself for doing such and such thing. When somebody wants to take the responsibility, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them the responsibility. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creates within them the capacity to hold it. Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu, after, in his time of Khilafah, there was so much conquest going on that Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu was ruling over more than half the known world at that time. And he used to say that Umar was such that when he would go out to graze camels, he did not have the salahiyat, did not have the capacity, did not have the skill to even graze camels. Although grazing camels, taking camels for grazing is an easy thing to do. Taking goats for grazing is a different thing, it's a different story altogether. Goats try to run here and there. Camels stick together. Even if you go today, you see, you are going on the highway, barren desert for a long time, then you will see a pack of camels sticking together to each other. Then you will go and there will be nothing, no life, then there will be a pack of camels. So camels stick together. So Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anh said that I was not able to even take camels for grazing. When I would take them, I would definitely lose one or two. And when today, by the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the company of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, staying in the company of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, look at Umar today. He's ruling over more than half the known world. When Allah subhanahu, when you present yourself before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inculcates within you that capacity. Anyway, I don't know why I started on this. So anyway, yeah, the efforts of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the things that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam started in this world, except for nubuwwat, the station of nubuwwat, all the acts of nubuwwat, all the purposes of nubuwwat, all the achievements of nubuwwat, they will continue till the last day. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will use people from this ummah to do it. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he corrected our ways of doing things, he also gave us the style to think. He corrected our style to behave with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What should be going on in our mind and in our heart? For the past 2 weeks we've been talking about qalb and qalib, basically, heart and the container of the heart. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, although his primary focus was qalb, he worked on both things. This is very true, that the true purpose is to correct the inner self. And after the passing away of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sahaba, Tabi'een, Taba Tabi'een, and the people who learned this knowledge from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahaba, they will continue to do it till the Day of Judgment, if somebody agrees it or does not. This thing has never discontinued through the entirety of time. This is another very peculiar thing about Islam. In Islam, work on batin, work on your inner self, training your inner soul is very important. The reason why other religions became corrupted was because they were lacking, the people who were descendants of their Prophet, they were lacking in a struggle to work hard on their batin. So when the attraction of the world attracted their knowledgeable people, they were attracted towards it. And they gave up the word of their Prophet. They were given sometimes money, they changed the word of their Prophet. Sometimes they were given status in the society, they changed the word of their Prophet. Sometimes they feared that they will have to face repercussions from the society, and they gave up the word of the Prophet ﷺ. Even in this ummah, the difference between the ulama-e haqq, the people who are on the right path, and those who are not on the right path, is that those who are on the right path will not make any compromises in the knowledge of deen for the benefits of the world or from pressures from the society. This will never happen. The true righteous ulama. And they will continue to exist no matter how hard the world tries to annihilate them. Anyway, so this chapter that has been going on, since we are coming back to it after an interval in between, this chapter relates to things of the batin. The words of the Prophet ﷺ, the ways of the Prophet ﷺ, in which the Prophet ﷺ trained his Sahaba and through them the whole ummah, about the things that the diseases, the sicknesses that one carries within themselves, and they are so concealed that one does not know about it themselves. The sick person does not know about it. You can't feel that you are sick. The first one that we are going to read today, inshallah, some hadith about it, is this discussion had come previously, if I remember correct, where Hazrat was quoting hadith about things that damage Iman, that create defects in Iman. It is about kibr, arrogance, considering yourself superior to someone else. So there's three things related to this. One is ujub. Ujub is when you are so involved in appreciating your one or two aspects of your personality or what you have. When you are so involved in something that you have that you lose sight of the one that actually gave it to you. That is ujub. Ujub is becoming involved in yourself and losing sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one that gave it to you. Kibr is a feeling in your heart. A feeling in your heart that this one thing that I have is better than someone else. So this one feature or my whole personality or my status or any one thing or multiple things that I have make me superior to such and such person. Ujub is haram, kibr is haram. Pay attention to the difference. We had said a lot of times, many times about other diseases, that as long as they are contained in the heart and they are not expressed, they will not be a source of questioning on the Day of Judgment. But kibr and ujub are purely conditions of the heart that by definition do not involve expression of something. It's something that's in your heart. It may be that you have ujub and you have kibr in your heart, but you are in appearance, you are the most free of kibr person to people. You are known as somebody who has a lot of tawadu', somebody who's very humble. But in your heart, you have kibr. These are very fine things. But in our lineage of tasawwuf, especially Hazrat Hakim al-Ummat Maulana Ashraf Thani rahimahullah said that in the tariq, in the training, in the method of training of Sayyidul Taif Haji Imdadullah Haji al-Makki rahimahullah, this is aslul usul. This is the essence of the essence. This is the key principle. This is the first thing and the most important thing to learn, is that you annihilate yourself. You make yourself humble. You train yourself to give up kibr. And if somebody has that going within them, that they are concerned about their honor among people or their status among people, then they have, in the words of Hazrat Hakim al-Ummat, unko Haji Sahab ke tariq ki hawa bhi nahi lagi. They have not got even a single bit, not in the tiniest bit, they haven't learned anything from the Haji Sahab. This kibr. So kibr is the feeling of the heart. Takabbur is the expression of that feeling. So if somebody feels that they are superior, and these things are very relevant, particularly relevant for people who are living in this country, in this society, and those who have gone to schools here and those who have been trained here. Because in this system, you are taught to have pride. You are taught to have pride. You are trained to have pride. You are trained to consider yourself to be the best intellectually, and whatever you have, it is encouraged, it is considered something praiseworthy that you take pride in what you have. This is the training here. This is what the people are brought up with. This is what children are taught in school. This is what you learn directly or indirectly at your workplace. And when I give you examples, you'll find out, inshallah. You'll realize. Anyway, takabbur is the expression of that feeling in your heart. All these three things are haram, all these things are punishable, all these things will be questioned on the Day of Judgment. In fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْتَكْبِرِينَ. Very clear words of the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, do whatever you want. You may be praying a lot, you may be doing zikr, right? You may be staying in the masjid for long hours, You may be staying up late, you may be praying nawafil, you may be doing tasbihat, but if you have kibr in your heart, Allah has declared it that He does not love you. He does not love you. And when Allah does not love you, you cannot love Him. Because this is the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The love that we have for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is actually a manifestation of the love that Allah has for us. In the Quran, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that, there's actually 2 or 3 places where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that if you do not do such and such thing, it is not hard for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm paraphrasing and explaining it, it is not hard for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's not a big deal for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to change you from with a nation that Allah loves. The scheme of the Quran is that Allah loves and they love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hazrat Mufassirin have said that why did Allah bring His love first? Because the reason for them loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for them. Only those people are able to love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah first loves. And this is the connection with Shaykh and Murid as well. If we love our Shaykh, if we love our teacher, the reason is that he has loved us first. He has thought about us first. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us understanding. Anyway, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that those people who have arrogance in their hearts, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not love them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not love them. And the hadith of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said that such people, when they meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it will be in a state that Allah will be angry with them. Allah will be angry with them. So imagine on the day of judgment, we will be in a very tough spot. All of us will be in a very tough spot. The people who would have come with huge lists of a'mal, even they would think that what I have brought is nothing. It's not enough to get me into Jannah. In that state, imagine the person, the one, we cannot use the word person for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but the one that you are totally depending on, the one that you are depending on mercy for, he is angry with you. He is angry with you. So what did you gain? What did you gain in this temporary life? In fact, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, we'll read one hadith, let's read it today, right now, that if somebody tries to elevate themselves, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gets into action to and works to humiliate them. And if somebody tries to humiliate themselves for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala works to elevate them. Let's read this hadith. عن عمر رضي الله عنه قال وهو على منبر يا أيها الناس تواضعوا فإني سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول من تواضع لله رفعه الله فهو في نفسه صغير وفي أعين الناس عظيم ومن تكبر وضعه الله فهو في أعين الناس صغير وفي نفسه كبير حتى لهو أهون عليهم من كلب أو خنزير. حضرت عمر फारूक रज़ी अल्लाह अन्हु से मरवी है कि आपने एक दिन खुतबा इरशाद फरमाया मिंबर पे, फरमाया कि लोगों खाकसारी और नीच निवाई इख्तियार करो, क्योंकि मैंने रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम से सुना है, आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम फरमाते थे जिसने अल्लाह के लिए खाकसारी का रवैया इख्तियार किया अल्लाह ताला उसको बुलंद फरमाएंगे। इसका नतीजा ये होगा कि वो अपने ख़्याल और अपनी निगाह में तो छोटा ही रहेगा, लेकिन आम लोगों की निगाहों में ऊंचा हो जाएगा। और जो कोई तकब्बुर और बड़ाई का रवैया इख्तियार करेगा अल्लाह ताला उसको नीचे गिरा देंगे। इसका नतीजा ये होगा कि वो आम लोगों की निगाहों में ज़लील व हक़ीर हो जाएगा, अगरचे अपने ख़्याल में बड़ा रहेगा, लेकिन दूसरों की नज़र में वो कुत्तों और खिंजीरों से भी ज़्यादा ज़लील और बेवक़्त हो जाएगा। Narrated by Sayyidina Umar Khattab radiyallahu anh, he was giving khutbah on Mimbar one day and he said that people, O people, assume humility, be humble, because I have heard from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that one who lowers themselves for the sake of Allah, it's very important that we do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If some people do humiliate themselves for the sake of the world. Al-Arfi rahimahullah, it's a beautiful couplet. He has said that people say we are ahqar, we are khaksar, we are the lowest of the low. As I said, this is kibr hidden in your humility. You are claiming to be the lowest, so you are claiming to be the superior most in tawadu. You are claiming to be the highest in tawadu. And this is kibr. And these are such fine things. Hakim al-Ummat Maulana Ashari Sahib Thanvi, somebody came to him and Hazrat said, you have kibr. He said, no, I don't have kibr. So Hazrat said, in a few days you will find out. So he said that, Hazrat, I want to become Bai'at with you. Hazrat said, fine, I'll give you Bai'at, I'll take Bai'at from you. But first, if I remember correct, he told him to, if I remember correct, if I'm not connecting two stories, but anyway, may Allah forgive me. He said that outside my khanqah, do the job of a sweeper. Start cleaning the road or the way, and that is the treatment of your kibr. So he started doing that. Those people at that time, they were, mashallah, next level people. Today if somebody comes to us and we say that, come back, only for finding out if you have a real desire within yourself, we turn somebody away. They are not going to come back. This is the state. Anyway, so Hazrat Hakim al-Ummat rahimahullah asked him to sweep the road, and he started doing it for many days. So in the beginning he used to do it at night time so people don't see him. Then he slowly and gradually started doing it in public, in daytime as well. Then Hazrat Hakim al-Ummat called him and said, and he was a alim, he was a Maulvi. Hazrat said, Maulvi Sahib, ye kya kar rahe ho? He said, you told me to do it. I said, Maulvi Sahib, what are you doing? I said, you told me to do it. I said, fine. Now your job is that you start, you understand lota that we use for cleaning ourselves after we relieve ourselves. He said, now your job is that for everyone in my khanqah, you will keep those lotas, you will fill those and keep those lotas ready. So he said to Hazrat, and he said, stop doing that sweeping thing and do this. So he said, Hazrat, let me do both of those things. I want to do both of these things. Now what will you think at this time? That his kibr is gone, right? His kibr is gone. He's trying to, he wants to sweep the road as well as do that. Hazrat said, this is also kibr. You have become used to doing what you were doing. And now this has become a norm for you, and people have started liking you because you do that. And people have started thinking that you are a very mutawazi' person, a very humble person. So now I'm giving you a new job, and you'll stop doing that job. This is such a fine thing. If you are doing it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or not. The love for people, the love to be seen. Arfi rahimahullah, may Allah bless his soul. I've told this many times before as well, I think, that Mufti Taqi Usmani rahimahullah, Mufti Taqi Usmani mantadilluhum, Mufti Rafi Usmani mantadilluhum, they were sitting with him, and some women asked a question, wrote to Hazrat Arfi. Hazrat Arfi was not a mufti, not a formal alim, so he would not answer religious questions, he would not give edicts. And this is something we need to understand as well. This science of tasawwuf needs basic know-how of deen, that you should know what is farz, what is haram. You do not have to be a mufti or a alim to be doing that. That is a separate science of ilm. Everybody has their specialty. Some people confuse that, why is this person or why is somebody who's not a alim sitting and reading hadiths to people? Bhai, everybody has their own specialty. Nobody claims, I am not qualified to give fatwa. I am not qualified to answer questions. If I do that, I am going against the pact that I have made. Anyway, so Hazrat gave it to one of these muftiyan, and they wrote an answer that contained some sarcasm within that answer. So Hazrat saw that answer before sending it back and gave it back and said, ये देख लेना चाहिए कि मकसद क्या है, बात लिखने का मकसद क्या है. They said, you should keep in mind, you should always be mindful of the reason behind why you are doing something. Is your sight upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or is your heart telling you that you want to appear superior before people? So this hint of sarcasm that was contained in that answer, as I said, but the meaning was that this is not for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anyway, these things are really fine. So this tawadhu has to be for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Humiliating yourself has to be for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not for people. The Prophet ﷺ said that one who tries to humiliate themselves or humiliates themselves for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, رَفَعَهُ اللَّهُ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevates them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increases them, makes them high. The result of that is فَهُوَ فِي نَفْسِهِ صَغِيرٌ. In their eyes, in their own eyes, they are still small, they are still humble. وَفِي أَعْيُنِ النَّاسِ عَظِيمٌ. And in the eyes of people, they are great, they become great. And this is the dua of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma ja'al fi nafsi saghira wa fi a'yun an-nasi kabira. Oh Allah, make myself in my own eyes inferior and humble, but in the eyes of people give me respect. وَمَنْ تَكَبَّرَ. And somebody who does takabbur or tries to increase their status before people, وَضَعَهُ اللَّهُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lowers them. فَهُوَ فِي أَعْيُنِ النَّاسِ صَغِيرٌ. So the result is that they are, in the eyes of people, they are humiliated. وَفِي نَفْسِهِ كَبِيرٌ. And themselves they think that they are badi cheez, they are great thing, big, kabir. Hatta, so much so, lahu ahwanu alayhim, he becomes such valueless, such hateable in the eyes of people, min kalbin aw khinzir, worse than dogs and pigs. Worse than dogs and pigs. This kibr is befitting only to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَهُ الْكِبْرِيَا. Kibr befits Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only. Because He is the one who has complete perfect control over everything, and the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has not got from anyone else. Everything that we have, and this is also a method to treat your kibr, one's kibr. That when you have kibr, number one, many times, actually most of the times, we are not able to diagnose ourselves. We have to go to the warathatul anbiya. We have to go to the people who have taken this knowledge from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam indirectly, by way of Sahaba and Tabi'in and Taba Tabi'in and other Mashayikh. They are going to diagnose. The story of Hazrat Hakim al-Ummat Thanvi, the reason why I narrated it, that sometimes things are so fine that we think we are doing something great, and this is actually, in reality, it's kibr. So first we get diagnosed, then we take directions from them and work on those directions. But the problem is that our kibr is such that we are not able to follow the directions even. We are not ready to follow the directions. One minor, very fine aspect of kibr is that what my teacher is telling me, I will do that as well as something else. Or I have made bayat with my shaykh, but that is the end of a story. That is the end of a story. I have become a kamil just by making bayat. Understand? That now that I have given my hand and made a promise, now I don't need to connect with my shaykh anymore. So some mashayikh have this way of asking their people to stay connected in writing. Some, they connect directly physically. But the people who have, this is also a way of kibr, a manifestation of kibr, that you don't consider yourself dependent on your shaykh for your training. So one manifestation is that you don't stay connected with them at all. You don't care. I've done bad and that's it. The other way is that when they are telling you something, you are thinking, fine, I'll do that as well as something else. So you are not willing to submit to somebody who's right before you, somebody who's keeping an eye out on you, and you can see them keeping an eye out for you. You are not willing to give in to their commands, let alone give in to the commands of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anyway, عن عياض بن حمار قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الله أوحى إلي أن تواضعوا حتى لا يبغى أحد على أحد ولا يفخر أحد على أحد. هذا عياض بن حمار رضي الله عنه से रिवायत है कि रसूल अकरम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया, अल्लाह ताला ने मेरी तरफ वही फरमाई और हुक्म भेजा है कि तवाज़ु और खाकसारी इख्तियार करो, जिसका नतीजा ये होना चाहिए कि कोई किसी पर जुल्म व ज़्यादती ना करे और कोई किसी के मुकाबले में फ़ख्र ना करे. Had Ayaz ibn Himar radiallahu anhu said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me wahi and commanded me that people, general people, everyone should assume humility, become humble, lower themselves, and the result of that should be that nobody does any cruelty to anyone, and nobody you know abuses the rights of anyone, zyadti. وَلَا يَفْخَرْ أَحَدٌ عَلَىٰ أَحَدٍ, and nobody takes pride or expresses their pride over someone else for anything. Here, in this country particularly, the general scheme, the general way of life, and the Prophet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said it in the Quran. This is of course general, but this is very particularly, very clearly visible here, that the life of this world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said more or less, meaning to the ayat of the Quran, the life of this world is nothing but a deception and tafakhur, your competition with each other. Your competition with each other. So think about the lives that we are living. Every single thing that we are going after, do we first think, is it in actuality a need for us, something that we need, or is it something that we have gained the impression of from the society? So the kind of people that we live with, the kind of people we socialize with, and this is something very important, safeguard yourselves, safeguard your families from this. If you socialize with people, there's children who come that I teach in the evening, they come from different backgrounds. Some of them are children of doctors and other people who are rich, and some of them are like us and you. When I talk to them sometimes, their worlds are totally different. Although you will not understand this, but when you talk to them, their aspirations, the things that they like, the things that they miss in their life, they are worlds apart from each other. The kid who has a separate huge play area in their house, which is dedicated playroom in their house, is worried that he does not have something in this weather where he can actually stay outside and play. Understand? They have totally different standards of life. Why? Because their parents simply do not have the sense that whatever we give our children, they are going to take from their environment. And this tafakhur, I was pained. One kid said that, and it's not about anyone who's present here, so don't worry. But not in a sense of ghibat or anything, but I'm just trying to give examples so that you can understand. The kids who are going to schools, considered high standard schools, they are worried about if we are learning to play 1 or 2 or 3 types of music, why are we not able to learn that certain kind of music, to play certain kind of instrument? This is their world. And our children, mashallah, they are very simple. They, whatever they have, they are happy with it. Little things, they are happy with it. So protect yourself and protect your families from getting up and, staying with rich people. Protect yourself with it. We are very good. If we are poor, we are very good. If we are poor, we are in a very good state. There is nothing in being rich. Happiness is not dependent on richness. Happiness is not dependent on wealth. And the Prophet ﷺ has said that if somebody has a valley full of gold, they are going to desire, they are going to want, they are going to feel the lack of another valley of gold. This has no end. Tafakhur has no end. Tafakhur has no end to it. You start getting up with rich people, your life will change. Your life will become full of worries and troubles. So protect yourself, protect your families, socializing with rich people. Get up, stay socialized with people who are of your standard or lower than you. The Prophet ﷺ has said that when it comes to this world, look at the people who are below you. Look at the people who are below you. When it comes to deen, look at the people who are above you. Compete with the people who are above you. Anyway, another hadith inshallah. And Haritha ibn Wahab قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أخبركم بأهل الجنة كل ضعيف متضعف لو أقسم على الله لأبره ألا أخبركم بأهل النار كل عتل جواظ مستكبر. हारिसा इब्न वहाब रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु से रिवायत है कि रसूल अकरम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया, क्या मैं तुमको बता दूं कि जन्नती कौन है? हर वो शख्स जो आजिज़ और कमज़ोरों सा रवैया रखे और लोग उसको कमज़ोर समझते हों, हालांकि अगर वो अल्लाह पर कसम खा ले तो अल्लाह उसकी कसम पूरी करके दिखाएं। और क्या मैं तुमको बता दूं कि दोज़खी कौन है? हर मगरूर, अक्खड़ और बदखू शख्स। Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, this is narrated by Haritha ibn Wahab radiyallahu anhu. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, should I tell you that who is a person of Jannah? Who is a person of Jannah? Who is headed to Jannah? Every person who is da'if mutadha'af, who is, let me do the exact translation first, who is weak, humble, and his humility is expressed. So people consider him weak. The meaning is that in dealings, in interactions, people think he is weak. We will be easily able to overpower him. This is written in the explanation. It does not mean physically weak. Hazrat has quoted another hadith, al-mu'minu al-qawiyyu khayr. आपके सुनने की है ये. Al-mu'minu al-qawi khayr wa ahabbu ila Allah ta'ala min al-mu'min al-dha'if. The translation is, ताकतवर मुसलमान अल्लाह के नज़दीक कमज़ोर मुसलमान से ज़्यादा बेहतर और महबूब है. A Muslim who is strong, physically strong, is more beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, more valuable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than somebody who is really weak. So it does not talk about physically somebody weak, but somebody whose personality is humble. Humble personality. MashaAllah, you also have that, so don't worry. But anyway, somebody who has weaker personality. People, when they deal with them, they think they will be able to overpower them. That person is Jannati. That person is headed to Jannah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us all Jannati. And the reality of these people is that if they take an oath upon something, if they swear by Allah upon something, Allah is going to fulfill their oaths. And should I tell you who is headed to hellfire? Who is dozakhi? Who is a person of hellfire? That person who is akhad, badkhu or maghrur. So bad attitude, speaks badly, and arrogant. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from those things. Inshallah, we'll read some more hadiths about this next week. Actually, next week I'll be traveling, so inshallah next to next week. But this is, inshallah, we'll talk about it. Kibr is something that basically means that you are claiming that thing which you have is your own. Is not from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are, na'uzu billah, kibr is, our mashayikh say that kibr is with nobody except with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly. You are portraying yourself to be higher before others. You are basically, na'uzu billah, trying to compete with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Although you may not understand it. You are trying to, na'uzu billah, forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and say that this is something that I have of my own. So the treatment of it is that one should remind themselves that whatever I have, I do not have a right over it. Whatever has been given to me has been given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in that staying with me, in the permanence or that staying, that quality that I'm being arrogant about, that is also because of a continuous order and command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if I do kibr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can take it away. I'll tell you one story. Nobody is free of sin. Nobody is pure. About our mashayikh, shaitan and nafs is with everyone. So there's this one great person. I've told the story, I think before as well, that there was one Hafiz Sahab who was a great Hafiz and he was a teacher of many Huffaz. And one Ramadan he said to his students that this year I am going to recite Taraweeh and you will not be able to catch me even at one place. I will not make even a single mistake in the whole Quran. In the whole month I will recite Quran, I will not make even a single mistake. And he did that. And he started reciting, and from Alif Lam Mim he reached the last para, the third last surah of the Quran, Qul Huwallahu Ahad, he forgot. It's not that he was somebody, he's much better than us. And the daleel, the evidence is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala trained him through that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not agree to him becoming a mutakabbir or even having a very tiniest impression of kufr, of kibr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala corrected them. Some mashayikh, they're great people, for a fraction of a second, it came Allahu Akbar. Inshallah, I'll tell you these stories next time, inshallah, if I remember correct. If I'm reminded. There was this sheikh who entered this masjid and saw a young person crying and making dua with a lot of devotion. For a fraction of a second in his heart, he thought, this person is showing off, this young man is showing off. He was deprived of the stations and the qurb that he had for a very, very long time. Only for this fraction of a second. Hazrat Abdullah Andalusi, inshallah I'll tell next time, inshallah, it's a long story. But anyway, these things of the heart, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very, very particular about them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us on the right path. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. See, this is some poetry that I wrote in the praise of my Shaykh Dr. Maulana Imran Kalyani. I've recited it before, but inshallah I just feel like reciting it again. A lot of this is easy language, alhamdulillah. زمین پر ہے اب بھی مکی عرش والے، وہ لوگوں میں بہرے خدا رہنے والے. زمین پر ہے اب بھی مکی عرش والے، وہ لوگوں میں بہرے خدا رہنے والے. زمین جن کے دم سے بلند از سما ہے، زمین جن کے دم سے بلند از سما ہے، یہ ہوش و خرد سے ہیں بالا کی باتیں. زمین پر ہیں اب بھی مکی عرش والے، وہ لوگوں میں بہرے خدا رہنے والے. زمین جن کے دم سے بلند از سما ہے، یہ ہوش و خرد سے ہیں بالا کی باتیں. عنایت کے ایسے بحر بے کرا ہیں، وہ دیتے ہمیشہ طلب سے سوا ہیں. عنایت کے ایسے بحر بے کرا ہیں، وہ دیتے ہمیشہ طلب سے سوا ہیں. سخاوت وہ ایسی لطافت ہو جس میں نہیں ہے یہ کیا خود خدا ہی کی باتیں. سخاوت وہ ایسی لطافت ہو جس میں نہیں ہے یہ کیا خود خدا ہی کی باتیں. خدا کا ہے احسان کے مرشد کی الفت ہمارے دلوں میں ہے ایسی. خدا کا ہے احسان کے مرشد کی الفت ہمارے دلوں میں ہے ایسی، کہ ہے ہر دعا میں شفا کی طلب اور آپس میں ان کی ہی صحت کی باتیں. کہ ہے ہر دعا میں شفا کی طلب اور آپس میں ان کی ہی صحت کی باتیں. انگشت تھامی چلنا سکھایا اور ہمیں خود خدا سے ملایا. انگشت تھامی چلنا سکھایا اور ہمیں خود خدا سے ملایا. نہ ہوگا ادا ہم سے احسان یہ ان کا، ہے اتنی بلند اور بالا یہ باتیں. نہ ہوگا ادا ہم سے احسان یہ ان کا، ہے اتنی بلند اور بالا یہ باتیں. تصور میں نقش ان کا ہر دم جمع ہے، اور دل بھی ہمارا نہ ان سے جدا ہے. تصور میں نقش ان کا ہر دم جمع ہے، اور دل بھی ہمارا نہ ان سے جدا ہے. نظر ان کو ڈھونڈے ہر ایک آن میں، اور سماعت میں گونجے ہیں انہی کی باتیں. نظر ان کو ڈھونڈے ہر ایک آن میں، اور سماعت میں گونجے ہیں انہی کی باتیں. جو مانگی دعا ان سے انداز سیکھا، جو چاہی ہدایت تو قدموں کو دیکھا. جو مانگی دعا ان سے انداز سیکھا، جو چاہی ہدایت تو قدموں کو دیکھا. جو مانگی محبت تو مانگی انہی کی، کہ بعد از خدا با خدا ہی کی باتیں. جو مانگی محبت تو مانگی انہی کی، کہ بعد از خدا با خدا ہی کی باتیں. اللهم انا نسألك حبك وحب من يحبك وحب عمل يقرب إلى حبك. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين، اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. لا إله إلا الله الحليم الكريم. سبحان الله رب العرش العظيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين. نسألك موجبات رحمتك وعزائم مغفرتك والغنيمة من كل بر والسلامة من كل إثم. لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته، ولا هما إلا فرجته، ولا حاجة هي لك رضا إلا قضيتها يا أرحم الراحمين يا رب العالمين. یا اللہ میرے پیارے شیخ حضرت ڈاکٹر مفتی محمد کلیانوی کو یا اللہ صحت عاجلہ کاملہ دائمہ مستمر عطا فرمائیے. یا اللہ ان کی حیات میں، اعمال میں، افعال میں، وسائل میں خوب برکت پیدا فرمائیے. یا اللہ ہم سب کی جانب سے اللہ بہترین جزائے خیر عنایت فرمائیے، بہترین جزائے خیر عنایت فرمائیے. یا اللہ یہ حقیقت ہے کہ انہوں نے ہم کو جینے کا طریقہ سکھایا، دنیا میں کس طرح آپ کا بن کے حاضر ہوتا ہے. یا اللہ یہ سکھایا. یا اللہ اپنے کرم سے، یا اللہ اپنی عطا سے، یا اللہ ان کو بہترین جزائے خیر عطا فرمائیے، بہترین جزائے خیر عطا فرمائیے، بہترین جزائے خیر عطا فرمائیے. یا اللہ ہم نالائق ہیں، اللہ ہم سے ان کے احسان کا بدلہ ادا نہیں ہوگا. یا اللہ یا اللہ کوشش کرے بھی تو بھی ادا نہیں ہوگا. یا اللہ یا اللہ یا اللہ آپ ہی ہماری جانب سے، یا اللہ اور خود اپنی جانب سے، یا اللہ بہترین جزائے خیر عنایت فرمائیے، بہترین جزائے خیر عنایت فرمائیے. یا اللہ مالا مال فرمائیے. یا اللہ میرے پیارے شیخ کو ہمیشہ مالا مال رکھیے. یا اللہ کبھی بھی یا اللہ ادنا سی کوئی آزمائش نہ آنے دیجیے، کوئی پریشانی نہ آنے دیجیے. یا اللہ دینی لحاظ سے بھی دنیاوی لحاظ سے بھی ہمیشہ اچھا رکھیے، ہمیشہ اچھا رکھیے. یا اللہ ان کے ذریعے سے ہمارے قسمتوں کو کامل فرمائیے، ہمیں ان سے لینے والا بنائیے، ہمیں ان سے لینے والا بنائیے. یا اللہ ہمیں ان سے لینے والا بنائیے. یا اللہ ہم میں سے جو بھی یا اللہ جہاں بھی جن مشائخ کے ساتھ جڑا ہوا ہے، یا اللہ ہمیں اس کی قدر نصیب فرما دیجیے. اس سے پہلے کہ یہ موقع ضائع ہو جائیں، یا اللہ اس سے پہلے کہ یا اللہ جب ہمیں قدر آئے اور ہمیں کچھ ملے نہ، یا اللہ ہم ہاتھ پیر مارتے پھریں ادھر ادھر، یا اللہ ہمیں کچھ نصیب نہ ہو. یا اللہ آپ نے اپنے کرم سے یا اللہ ہماری تمام تر ناقدری کے باوجود ہمیں یا اللہ اپنے خاص شان سے ملا دیا. یا اللہ یا اللہ یا اللہ اس میں ہماری کوئی لیاقت نہیں، یا اللہ ہماری کوئی کوشش نہیں. یا اللہ یا اللہ ہماری طرف سے تو نالائقی ہی نالائقی ہے. یا اللہ بس یا اللہ محروم ہونے سے بچا لیجیے، محروم ہونے سے بچا لیجیے، ناقدری سے بچا لیجیے. یا اللہ
ان کی ناقدری کر کے آپ کی نظروں میں بے وقت ہو جائیں، اس بات سے بچا لیجیے یا اللہ۔ آپ کی نعمت کی ناقدری کر کے یا اللہ آپ کی نظروں میں بے وقت ہو جائیں یا اللہ، اس بات سے بچا لیجیے یا اللہ۔ یا اللہ ہمارے کبر کا علاج فرما دیجیے یا اللہ، ہمارے دل میں جو بڑائی ہے یا اللہ اس کا علاج فرما دیجیے، ہماری تمام ظاہری باطنی برائیوں کو یا اللہ عافیت کے ساتھ یا اللہ، آسانی کے ساتھ یا اللہ اصلاح فرما دیجیے، ہمارا تزکیہ فرما دیجیے یا اللہ۔ ہم سے تو کوشش بھی نہیں کر کے دی یا اللہ، یا اللہ بس پورا کا پورا معاملہ آپ ہی کے فضل، آپ ہی کی عطا کا ہے یا اللہ۔ یا اللہ اپنی عطا سے، اپنے فضل سے یا اللہ ہمارے ظاہر کو بھی سنوار دیجیے، ہمارے باطن کو بھی سنوار دیجیے، ہمارے باطن کو ہمارے ظاہر سے اچھا بنا دیجیے اور ہمارے ظاہر کو بھی بہت اچھا بنا دیجیے یا اللہ۔ محض اپنے فضل و کرم سے یا اللہ، یا اللہ اس پوری زندگی کو یا اللہ پیارے حبیب صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کی طریقوں میں گزارنے والا بنائیے، اپنی محبت میں جینا نصیب فرمائیے، اپنی محبت میں مرنا نصیب فرمائیے یا اللہ۔ یہ جو باتیں ہم کہہ رہے ہیں یا اللہ، جو باتیں سن رہے ہیں یا اللہ، جن بڑوں کے نام لے رہے ہیں یا اللہ، حقیقت یہ ہے کہ یا اللہ ہم کو ادنا سی بھی قدر نہیں ہے اللہ، ہم نے ادنا سا بھی حق ادا نہ کیا یا اللہ۔ یا اللہ یا اللہ یا اللہ سارے بڑوں کا یہی معاملہ ہے یا اللہ۔ سب سے بڑھ کر یہ کہ پیارے حبیب صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے یا اللہ جو احسان ہم پہ فرما دیا یا اللہ، یا اللہ اس کو بدلہ دینا تو درکنار یا اللہ، اس کو ہم سمجھ بھی نہیں سکتے یا اللہ۔ یا اللہ آپ کرم فرما دیجیے پوری امت کی جانب سے یا اللہ، پیارے حبیب صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کو بہترین جزائے خیر عطا فرمائیے، مقام محمود پہ پہنچا دیجیے، ان کا جی خوش فرما دیجیے، ان کا جی خوش فرما دیجیے اور یا اللہ ہم سب کو بھی یا اللہ اپنا پیارا بنا کے شیطان کے چنگل سے چھڑا کے، نفس کے چنگل سے چھڑا کے یا اللہ پیارے حبیب صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کو خوش فرما دیجیے یا اللہ۔ ہماری حرکتیں ایسی ہیں یا اللہ، یا اللہ ہم اس قابل نہیں کہ پیارے آقا صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کا نام بھی اپنے منہ سے لے سکیں یا اللہ، یا اللہ یا اللہ یا اللہ یا اللہ کرم فرما دیجیے، اپنے آقا صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کے سامنے شرمندہ نہ فرمائیے یا اللہ۔ جس نبی صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے یا اللہ ساری رات کھڑے ہو کے ہمارے لیے دعائیں کرتے ہوئے گزار دی یا اللہ، یا اللہ یا اللہ ان کا سامنا ہم کیسے کریں گے یا اللہ۔ آپ کرم فرما دیجیے، ہماری زندگی کا رخ بدل دیجیے، ہمیں کوشش کرنے والا بنا دیجیے یا اللہ، ہمیں یا اللہ اپنے آپ کو پیش کرنے والا بنا دیجیے یا اللہ۔ یا اللہ اپنا فضل فرما دیجیے، اپنا فضل فرما دیجیے، اپنا فضل فرما دیجیے، اپنے فضل کو یا اللہ ہماری کوشش سے نہ جوڑیے یا اللہ، بس آپ فضل فرما دیجیے۔ جب آپ نے یہ اعزاز نصیب فرما دیا، اپنے سامنے لا کے بٹھایا، ہمارے ہاتھ اپنے آگے اٹھا دیے، اب خالی ہاتھ نہ لوٹائیے، خالی ہاتھ نہ لوٹائیے یا اللہ۔ آپ کے سوا ہمارے پاس ہے کون جس کے پاس جائیں یا اللہ؟ ساری دنیا کے تو دھتکارے ہوئے ہیں یا اللہ، ساری دنیا میں بے وقت ہیں یا اللہ، ہر جگہ پٹ رہے ہیں یا اللہ۔ یا اللہ کہیں ہماری کوئی عزت نہیں یا اللہ، یا اللہ یا اللہ آپ اپنی نسبت کا تاج ہمارے سر پر سجا دیجیے، آپ ہمیں اپنا بنا کے یا اللہ عزت دے دیجیے۔ ہم غلام ہیں یا اللہ، مٹی ہیں یا اللہ، مٹی کی کوئی حقیقت نہیں ہوتی یا اللہ، کوئی عزت نہیں ہوتی، کوئی وقت نہیں ہوتی یا اللہ، لیکن آپ اپنی اعلیٰ درستی کا تاج ہمارے سروں پہ رکھ دیجیے، ہمیں قابل عزت بنا دیجیے یا اللہ۔ اپنی نسبت سے، اپنی باتوں کو ماننے سے، پیارے حبیب صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کے طریقوں سے یا اللہ ہمیں دنیا میں بھی عزت دیجیے، آخرت میں بھی عزت دیجیے، جو مانگ سکے وہ بھی عطا فرما دیجیے، جو نہ مانگنا چاہیے تھا وہ بھی عطا فرما دیجیے یا اللہ۔ جو لوگ یا اللہ جن کے پیارے اس دنیا سے چلے گئے یا اللہ اس غم کو سہار رہے ہیں یا اللہ ان کی ہمت دیجیے، حوصلہ دیجیے، صبر جمیل اپنی جانب سے عطا فرمائیے یا اللہ۔ صبر پہ آپ نے جو وعدے فرمائے ہیں وہ پورے فرمائیے یا اللہ۔ جن کے یہاں دیگر معاملات ہیں یا اللہ، مراحل ہیں یا اللہ، آپ یا اللہ غیب سے امداد فرمائیے یا اللہ۔ جن کے روزگار کا مسئلہ ہے آپ روزگار کا مسئلہ حل فرما دیجیے، جن کے ویزے کا مسئلہ ہے آپ ویزے کا مسئلہ حل فرما دیجیے یا اللہ۔ جو لوگ بیمار ہیں یا اللہ ان کو صحت عطا فرما دیجیے، ہماری ساری ضرورتیں یا اللہ آپ ہم سے بہتر جاننے والے ہیں یا اللہ۔ یا اللہ سب پوری فرما دیجیے، جن کے یہاں خانگی مسائل ہیں اللہ، میاں بیوی میں ناچاقی ہے، دوری ہے، محبتوں کی کمی ہے یا اللہ، آپ گھروں میں اللہ قربتیں پیدا فرما دیجیے، ہمارے بچوں کی حفاظت فرمائیے، ہمارے بڑوں کی حفاظت فرمائیے، ہمارے مردوں کی عورتوں کی حفاظت فرمائیے سب کو دین کا حافظ و محافظ بنائیے. دام در میں سکھنے اپنی زندگیوں کو یا اللہ دین کے نام کرنے والا بنائیے. سمعنا وطعنا غفرانک ربنا وإلیک المصیر. صلی اللہ تعالی علی خیر خلقہ سیدنا و مولانا محمد وعلی آلہ وصحبہ اجمعین. آمین برحمتک یا ارحم الراحمین.